going on with Jeezy? Here we go.
Y'all, people can't be that stupid. Please tell me people are not so stupid as be buying this BS that Jeezy, known colorist, known texturist, known F-boy is out here pushing. Y'all, if you don't know, Jeezy is doing a tell-all interview with Nia Long. Now, he's giving us a preview of it, y'all. And you know what is so disappointing? People is eating this mess up right and left. Now, listen, they don't got anything to do with Jeannie Mai, because we don't even need to talk about Jeannie. We can talk about the Black women that Jeezy has used, exploited, abandoned, and the children he barely fathers. But through all that, all it took, right? All it took was for him to literally do an interview with Miss Nia Long, which might I say, people are saying that Jeezy is dating Nia Long. If it is, I have some thoughts on that too.
Oh my God. Well,
because Nia Long, I can't. Where do we start? There's so much to start. Where do we start? Okay, let's start with the basics, right? Let's start with the basics. Jeezy's doing a tell-all with Nia Long. The one sentence he wanted us to hear is this. Let me see if I can play it for y'all. Just listen to this mess, this BS. Hold on, turn the sound up. We're about to discuss. Hold on, let's get this going.
A few moments later.
Where are we at?
Yeah, we're really when you say that.
What does it mean?
Me too. I want to see getting rights.
Uh-huh.
I think it's really important for Black men to have these conversations.
Times when we're almost sisters. I'm a great man. I'm a great person.
He said, it's time when we are at our lowest that we need our Black sisters.
welcome everybody. In the house, we have Gold Reflection, Mistress Newbie, Mark Bavin. Welcome everyone in the clouds. I'm about to get this party started. There's a reason why I played that clip. Y'all know why. Y'all know why. Because if you saw the thumbnail, you see where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? I was going to warm up to Johnny, but I think I'll lead with Johnny. So, courtesy of the feisty Black Magic, here's Johnny.
What do we have here? Jonathan Majors found guilty of 1 count of reckless assault. So I guess this is what you would call divested Black man go wrong. Divesting go wrong. You know how when a Black woman is with a white man and the relationships goes bad, divesting going wrong, swirling going wrong. I guess we could classify him as a divested Black man, swirling going wrong too. So these Black kings, they forget you cannot go around putting hands and feet on Miss Ann. Even though she's with a Black male, they still have a system that keeps the women protected, and Black males, they don't protect their women or their children or themselves. So you put your hands on Miss Ann, oh, it's the price that you pay. And this dude here, he messed up his career. He's supposed to be one of the biggest actors right now. He's supposed to be the next big thing, the next big Denzel, somebody. And well, he can hang that all up. And it's a shame Megan Good is wasting her time to be with this fool. I don't know if this is a real relationship. I've heard people say she's being paid to be seen with him. And I said, no, I think she's there voluntarily because you got a lot of these women, they will run behind something who looks like this, knowing his history, are running behind Miss Ann. But when they get in trouble, like Jeezy said, well, when we low, that's when we need a sister. You know, when we low, that's when we need the sisters.
Yeah. Remember? I'm going back to it. I told you that is going to be Jeezy's declaration is going to be the abusers national anthem for Black women. I'm telling you. So when when they, you know, they divest, black men divest, right? I shouldn't say black men because black men could be good men, but black males, well, that could be, it could go either way. Black men, to me, my definition of black men is this. Let me stop this. Let me pause for a minute. There is a difference from a black man and a bandit. It's strange and amazing that I have to explain this, but you know, a lot of people out there say that, oh yeah, you know, DJ Torch, he bashes black men. No, I bash black bandits. I need to make it clear. If you want to if you're a burden on the community, yes, I'm bashing you. If you're not and you're fulfilling a positive lifestyle, no, I'm not. It's really that simple. You guys can try to confuse or convolute my status as you would, but the bottom line is this. When a respectable black man steps on this platform, he is respected. If you bring banditry, we let you know. So if you're one of those guys who abuse women or have paperwork that shows such, because some of you would not admit that you do it, right? Well, yeah, you're gonna get I don't think you get bashed because that's what you do. That's what you do on black women. But we're gonna let you know. So us letting you know that you're not acting right, if that's bashing, so be it. And as Mr. Newbie said, yeah, a hit dog hollers. And Mistress Newbie, they are hollering loud. They are hollering loud. Let me keep on going with this hit dog right here. Here we go.
You stay down there on the ground and crawl like a snake on your belly and leave me alone. So let me go into a little bit of this here. Let's see. It says a jury found actor Jonathan Majors guilty on 2 of 4 counts in the New York criminal case stemming from a domestic dispute with his former girlfriend. Majors was convicted on Monday of 1 count of reckless assault in the 3rd degree and a non-criminal charge of harassment as a violation. He was acquitted on another assault charge and 1 count of aggravated harassment. So, what can I say? The Kings? Well,
New Diamond. Here we go.
Never learn. And it says here his sentencing is scheduled for February 6th next year. And should have chose better. You know the rules. You know how it goes. You know how they quick to say, well, y'all know what them men used to do to y'all back in the day, the white man. Well, you know what Miss Ann did to you not too long ago, because Emmett Till and many other cases where Miss Ann said, I feel like I was sexually assaulted. I didn't like the way he looked at me. He said something to me. Well, the Kings, they have to learn everything the hard way. So too bad, so sad. I guess making good. She gonna throw her career away, running behind this fool, and that's a what a dummy. They couldn't pay me enough money to be seen with this guy. Absolutely not.
I know Megan Good stepped into it. Megan Good, I don't know what she's gonna do because he's not gonna be very happy for a while if he can keep himself. I'm wondering. I'm really interested to see how sentencing is gonna go. Let me tell you something. Before I found out about his past, I was a Jonathan Majors fan. But as soon as somebody does something to a woman that not only hurts the woman, but damages the image of Black men, which unfortunately we do quite often, I'm not going to be on the boat. I'm not one of those dudes because one of the reasons why I choose to like or respect people is because I'm under the impression they are respectable people. If I find out later on that they are not, then I am not. It's that simple. It's that simple. I got some chat going on here. Let me see here. Mistress Newbie says, I've been arguing with the bandits and ma'am. I bet you have, Manu Diamond. You know, Mistress Newbie says this. If Megan has any sense, she better check the deuces. Yep. Okay. They should have sent him to RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh man, Ellen Ripley's in the house. Welcome, Ellen. Hi, DJ Torch and friends. He is going to drop Megan like a bad habit. He doesn't like dark meat. Double LOL. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, Jeezy is playing that role, and now I guess I guess Jonathan thought that like maybe if he could get black women on his side, he might be able to slip through. But the problem is that from what I heard, he hasn't been very nice to some of his formers. And I think, you know, I don't know if the juries were just going by what we saw on tape. That's very interesting. It's a very interesting result. I will say that because I think by the tape to me, I'm not saying it really incriminated either person. That was just some weird tape. You know, the running one where they were running around, that just was some weird tape. You know, but it looks like to me what happened is that for some reason they had some jurors that probably read between the lines and said, why would he be running away from her like that? What happened? What happened? And they probably had, I truly believe that what we saw, the jury saw more of. There was more something there that made them go this way. So, oh well, I mean, oh well, you know.
Well, when the black man divests, he messes that up too. So they quick to sit up there and say those women are better, fit, friendly, submissive. They smile all the time, they grin. Don't get a black woman. They too angry, they too mean, they too masculine, they got too much attitude. Boy, you should have saw this knuckle running like a slave. I said, don't run away now from Miss Ann. That's your type. That's your type. That's your choice. That's your preference. Your cup of tea. Y'all love those women. Pretty little white hands. Pretty little white hands. Yeah. So he can hang it up. He's never.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see the guys from the Manosphere. Remember, especially the Obsidianites. You know, I would really love you guys to come up and you know, give me your point of view. Because you were you were the guys going over to the Obsidians while he was disrespecting black women, talking smack, and then acting like he didn't do it. Be all getting all like what do you call it? You know, amnesia and shit. You know, one day he's cussing out black women. Next day, I've never said anything disrespectful about black women. And then he be looking left and shit. Welcome T. Let me let Feisty Black Magic break it down because I'm telling you, T is hella funny. I have like 5, major, Jonathan Major, and when she drops her joints, oh man, they funny. You got to go to her page. Let me just calm down. You got to go to her page. She be having me crack up. She just has me crack up. Here we go.
Be big time in Hollywood again because when they turn on you like this for jumping on one of their women, oh, you pay a heavy price. I don't know how long he was with Miss Ann, but it wasn't that long. And when I got a good look at her, she looked like a drug addict. Y'all saw the video that I posted on my other channel, and they had the medics go up in there, and she was passed out on the floor in the closet on her back, and I said, this looked like some drug addict type shit to me. Bro, so you saw the footage. She was out there in the club. She was partying. And she was using that hand that she said that was injured. That hand didn't look injured to me. It looked like she was having a good old time. just bar hopping and drinking and met her some new friends. And what can I say, Jonathan Majors? Well, you can hang it up. See, when you do something to their women, like I said, oh, they punish your black ass.
Yeah, he tried to be the SBM, same black man, Um, to no, you can't. This is the part that a lot of manosphere dudes leave out of their commentary. Is what happens when there's a disagreement between Miss Ann, as Spicy Black Magic says, and the man. And you see what happens. They don't mess around. See, the law, exactly like Feisty Black Magic was saying, is to protect their women. And until brothers vote, you expect to get that law. Expect to get that law. New Diamond says, I think that black men should go ahead and just, keep on going over to that side. Thanks. Leave black women alone because they don't deserve to be treated as good as Becky. Welcome, Lady Rindy. Welcome, Sassafras. Welcome, New Diamond, Ms. Newbie. Mark Bavin's in the house. The thing is this. I remember when Yanni was saying that black women are taking some big L's this year. And I look, maybe so. But brothers are taking, at least the black women that I know that are taking the L's, they're not going to jail. We know there's a pretty good chance that Jonathan is going to jail. If the feds are on Diddy, he probably going to jail. At least 10 of Diddy's entourage, they're going to jail, or they're going to do some pleas and get probation. Now that's what you call some L's. Finding out that you chose the wrong man, that might be an L. But these brothers are taking L's. And the thing is this. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to, oh, John, good try, John. Way to go, John. Maybe you should have no, maybe you should have, been a little nicer. No, it was all bad, John, that was all bad. The best thing he can do now is hope he gets a short sentence and some good therapy. And some good therapy. And what's funny, it's funny today. It's like today has been one of them kind of days. I have literally seen men that have literally physically bashed black women and women complain about me verbally bashing black men. You can't make this shit up. No, wait. I'm not bashing black men in general, brother. No, I'm bashing men like you that put your hands on people. So if my saying this applies to you when you want to go, woo, and you want to, you want to hit dog, you want to be the hit dog, you want to be the hit dog and holla, go right ahead. Hit dog, holla. Hit dog, holla, go right ahead. I even got the echo sound in there. See that? I got the echo going. Don't forget to like. If you haven't yet, Don't forget to subscribe either. This equipment ain't cheap. Keeping it up takes a lot of money, and I got some upgrades I need to do. So I ain't asking for a whole lot. Like and subscribe because there ain't no job. Let me go ahead. Here we go.
Who will pay a heavy price. So, divesting gone wrong for the black man. Should have chose better. And I'm out. Next.
I love it. Nuts. Oh man, I'm having fun already up in here. Let me break it down like this. This is from Your Triggered.
All men cheat, honey, okay? So you might as well pick a one that got money. So you're sad with champagne and paid bills than sad with tap of water and unpaid bills. Oh, God forbid.
Okay, now what I'm about to get into is a touchy topic, and especially with Black women, because we have been undervalued consistently and told that we have to accept struggle love. And a matter of fact, struggle love is all about proving the usefulness and the worth of the Black woman, how much BS she is willing to put up with to have a man in her life ultimately proves her worth to the Black community and Black men. And because right now, Black women are trying to reject that idea, which they should. Make no mistake about it. I wholeheartedly believe that Black women should reject the idea of struggle love. But now, because Black women are indeed trying to push back against that idea and stereotype, you have people or women like Shira7 and this creator right here, whose video that I just stitched, telling Black women that we should endure disrespect and disloyalty and struggle love as long as it comes with a big bag. And that is not what Black women should be doing. Black women, in my opinion, I truly believe are priceless, the original woman. And having a good Black woman in your corner has elevated a lot of men's entire existences. And that is not up for debate. And you mean to tell me that we are supposed to offer the beauty and the experience that is a Black woman for some money, for some coins? I think not. Cheating also comes with consequences. You being exposed to potential STIs and STDs, getting something that you cannot get rid of.
Let me pause it right there for a minute. Lady Randy breaks it down like this. The amount of mammies and pygmies coming to this man's defense is astounding. He doesn't really like Black women like that. The mother of his child is not a Black woman. Oh, I didn't even know he had a child. Megan is literally the first Black woman he's dated. Damn, I didn't even know that. Wow. So it's like that. Okay, if he was from the Bay, he probably got one of them Concord girls. That's probably what he did. Let me keep it going.
It can include a side baby that you have to play stepmother to, a child that was birthed out of disrespect to you and your union. Not to mention that there is power in the tongue. If you go around always saying to have a man, I will accept cheating, or there are no decent, loyal men around, only cheaters, and all men cheat, and that's just what I'm going to have to accept, then those are the exact type of men that you are always going to attract. Because there are men that will respect you and be loyal to you. And you have to speak that and believe that and make that your reality, and not be willing to sell your soul and your dignity for some coin. I don't care how these women attempt to glamorize dysfunction and disloyalty and accepting whatever type of disrespect for a bag, or being with some man that you are repulsed by because he's taking you on trips and bought you a nice car. No Black woman should be living this way or thinking this way.
Let me pause it right there. Let's go back. Let's go back over to my man. My man. Let's check out Jonathan. Let's check out Jonathan again. Let's look at here. Okay. We went through divesting has gone wrong, right? Now let's go over the specifics. Let me find something. Here we go.
We have a verdict in the case of Hollywood star Jonathan Majors. A jury has found him guilty of some charges in this New York criminal case, which stems, of course, from a domestic incident with his former girlfriend.
Yeah, Majors is best known for his roles in Marvel films and TV shows, along with Creed 3. CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister joins us now, along with CNN legal analyst Joey Jackson. Elizabeth, first to you, what can you tell us about what he's been found guilty of?
So Jonathan Majors was found guilty on some charges stemming from this domestic dispute. Now, this all stems from an incident that occurred in March of this year between Jonathan Majors and his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. They were in a car, and evidence that was released during the trial showed them outside of the car. Now, what Grace Jabari alleged is that Jonathan Majors struck her in the head. Also on her arm, there was a doctor who testified during the trial that said that she had a fracture on her finger. So he has been found on one count of assault and another with harassment, and was acquitted on 2 other charges.
And Joey, you're following this. What's your reaction to this verdict?
So the reaction is that the jury had a lot to evaluate, and by finding guilty on some charges and not the others, it means that in evaluating the testimony, Brianna and Bars, that there were some things that the jury credited and other things that they did not. It appears as though there was a guilty finding on what's called reckless assault. Well, what is that? There's a distinction between intentional assault, which means that it was your intent, it was your goal, it was your aim, it was your objective to assault, versus reckless. Reckless is the conscious disregard. It means the jury didn't make a finding that was intentional, but it was sufficiently reckless, right, such that the jury made a finding as to that. The jury also made a finding as to harassment, which is not a crime. It's simply a violation. A violation of law means that it doesn't rise to the level of a criminal offense. And just in terms of clarifying the parlance, a misdemeanor offense in New York State is a offense that is punishable by up to a year in jail, a violation punishable by up to 15 days. And so that's what the judge will have to, sentencing, evaluate whether there's any time at all that is going to be imposed. But that would be certainly the parameters of any sentencing. Not there yet, but when we get there, what he'll be facing.
Elizabeth, it's not just the sentencing that he's facing, but also a huge fall in grace and in his reputation as a Hollywood star.
Absolutely. But see, the thing is that this is the problem we have in our community. We seem to not worry about that. Look at Diddy. All he had to do was get therapy and be a good guy. He couldn't even do that with all that emulated money, because he's saying he's broke now. He preferred to feed, how should I put it? Diddy, I should make it clear, because we're not talking about Jonathan at the moment, but Jonathan is part of it. Yeah, Jonathan and Diddy both preferred to ignore their psychological issues, and instead of trying to alleviate them, they literally fed them, if you know what I mean, by what you would call their dysfunctional behavior. I'm sorry, if you're putting hands up on somebody, that's dysfunctional. That's just dysfunctional. Now, I do believe that if we're talking about the possibility of someone being able to be, what would you call it, redeemed, obviously Jonathan has a better chance of being redeemed than Diddy. Diddy is too far gone. Diddy is definitely, he's a double bandit, if there ever can be one. There's nothing he can do to redeem his life. He's destroyed too many lives. Jonathan, I don't know what his history is, but I guarantee it's going to come out. His career's over, but his life's not over. I think he'll spend a little time by himself. I truly don't believe he's going to get jail time. I'd be shocked if he did, even though he did mess with Miss Ann. But in this instance here, and they do go by the even though he hasn't really, as far as I know, he has no priors. John has no priors, so he's not probably going to get any time. And in the general basis of things, I don't think anybody should get time for what we see that he's been charged for anyway. Because then then it gets too ticky tack. But what he needs to do is is to revive his career, which will take a long time, but he can do it, is go to therapy. Go to what he was supposed to be going to long before this happened. A lady says this: a few people have said Jonathan was abusive on the set on his job. Yeah. And that's gonna I believe they might have taken some tests. It sounds like to me they must took some testimony from something. Because really, to me, what I saw in the video, I couldn't, it wasn't condemning to me either way for either person. That's how I felt. So there must have been something in court I missed. There's something in court I missed. Let me keep it going.
Take us through his story, because he was rapidly becoming a household name.
Absolutely. And the fact that he was found guilty on some charges, no matter what he is sentenced to or not, as Jesse said, you're absolutely correct that now there is going to be some sort of fall from grace. Now, not everybody at home may know who Jonathan Majors is, but he was on his way to becoming an A-list star. Had he not been on trial right now, he would likely be campaigning for an Oscar. Earlier this year at the Sundance Film Festival, he had a film debut called Magazine Dreams. It got rave reviews. He could have been on the Oscar campaign for that. Now, perhaps even more important, he was cast as basically the future star of Marvel's next phase. He was cast as the character called Kang, who is a villain. He had already made his debut in this character, but had not yet debuted in his own film. Marvel was anchoring 2 films around him. We know that these movies can each make upwards of $1 billion, even $2 billion for one of the most recent Avengers films. So now Disney has.
So, because he didn't take care of whatever his issue is, that's how much he's probably was going to get. Probably that Will Smith money or Denzel Washington money. Not anymore. Here we go.
Has a big decision to make. Do they keep him? Do they not? With 2 guilty charges, that is going to be very difficult. And I have to tell you, prior to getting this verdict in, I spoke to my sources, and people in the industry are saying no matter what the verdict was, this is hard for a company, particularly like Disney, which is family friendly, to keep someone who has been accused and now found guilty of these charges.
Yeah, very good point. I think we have much more to hear ahead on this. Elizabeth, Joey, thank you to both of you.
We do have some breaking news to get to.
All right,
Jonathan
I'm gonna
Majors.
pause it right there. Let me drop the link just in case somebody has their thoughts or opinions about Jonathan Majors or men like him. And what do you think what he should do next? And that kind of stuff. What percentage of the community are Jonathan Majors? Stuff like that. Important stuff, important stuff like that. So, the thing is that you can argue, see, a black man's image is a black man's value, and it doesn't seem to be sinking into a lot. Keep Becky. A lot of people for some reason. I don't get it. But you would think like, okay, let me, at least for your own benefit, you would think black men, we would behave in a respectable way. A respectable way being like, okay, let me be calm about this. Let me not, in Diddy's case, let me not be a monster. Couldn't do it. And see, the Diddy thing, we're talking about not just Diddy, but like we're talking about like at least 15 other dudes that we know of. I'm scared to find out the dudes that were doing the kind of things Diddy was doing that we don't know of. I mean, Diddy was a what would you call it? Pillar to the community. And now he's a monster. And the very least that the black manosphere could do is say that we're not about that. We're about respectability. But did you know the only thing I heard, that only channel I heard that spoke anything about Diddy, they were defending him and calling the women that he was around bimbos. I kid you not. If me telling you that is bashing you, you got issues. A lady breaks it down. Only a pillar to only a pillar to those that worship money and fame and abuse. We got to throw abuse in there because they obviously worship that. Chris Brown is doing quite, I won't say he's not as big as he could have been, but he's doing quite well for somebody who really should be behind bars. And for some reason, our community accepts those people. So when they talk about Pookie and Ray Ray, P. Diddy is Pookie. Chris Brown is Ray Ray. I mean, what more can he say? I mean, really, think about it. P. Diddy is Pookie, Ray Ray, whatever monster you can think of, all rolled up into one. And these are men that younger men looked up to. All men looked up to. So when you want to say that I bash black men for simply mentioning black men who physically bash black women, you need to understand, and I need to reiterate, I'm not on that kind of time. I'm not going to be your bro code. You know they did it. If you don't have to say anything, right? But you need to understand that I don't support men that abuse women. I just don't. And if you don't like it, I understand. Welcome, Chaos Rain Show. Lady Rindy says the fact that CB still has thriving career says everything you need to know about the black community. Exactly. How many more heads does he have to go upside of? Oops, upside your head. You know, oops upside your head. Yeah. A Lady breaks it down. Diddy comes from a life of crime, dope dealers and pimps, which unfortunately, A Lady, it seems like most of the men in the community are look up to, whether they admit to it or not. Instead of them, Diddy, all he needed to do, he already had gotten away with a whole lot of stuff when he was from 30 years ago. All he had to do is get help. He didn't want to do it. Whatever happens to him, happens to him. If he loses every penny, it's well deserved. It's well deserved. This is going to seem weird. Let's dive back into the Christian Keys thing. Here we go.
Tyler Perry has reacted to the accusations that Christian Keys has made. On December 16th, Christian made some very serious allegations where he said he was abused and assaulted by a male entertainment figure. He said this figure is someone who he considered to be a brother and a mentor. These comments from Christian has caused a huge amount of controversy. A huge part of this controversy is that a lot of fans are accusing Tyler Perry of being the man that Christian is accusing of abuse. This is because Christian has been on record calling Tyler a mentor, and he said that his abuser was someone who he considered to be a mentor. Despite Christian not naming anyone, Tyler has gotten a lot of backlash from Christian's fans. One fan wrote about this saying, "Tyler Perry, your time has come, and I've been waiting a very, very long time for this. I really think it's him, and I just know his career will be ended over this." Another fan said, "I just know Tyler Perry is at home sweating. I feel like everybody thinks it's him, and there's a great chance that it is him. I just hope Christian is okay, as it must have been a lot for him to endure." And finally, one more fan said, "People want it to be Tyler Perry because they dislike him no matter the facts. How about wait until more details come out before you attempt to jump on the destroy Tyler Perry bandwagon? Leave jealousy, hate, and other personal feelings out of it." After this happened, Tyler Perry made a suspicious Instagram comment where he's seemingly alluding to this drama. A quote was posted on Instagram saying, "When the vultures surround you, try not to die." Tyler commented underneath this quote saying, "Ain't that too right? People in this world are hateful and horrible." Because Tyler's comment happened on the same day as Christian's accusations were made, a lot of people online interpreted this was Tyler's way of saying that it's not him and that the public are hateful people. In case you haven't seen Christian's video talking about his abuser, here it is.
This is very interesting. We've seen part of this a little bit, but we'll just watch a couple clips. But we went over this part yesterday.
So my brother hit me. He was a little concerned about safety when dealing with powerful people. The good news is several family members and my attorney have the proof, the description, the breakdown, the audio, the name.
I guess he didn't want to get diddied. You know, everybody's falling down around Diddy. So I can understand that. Lady Rendy breaks it down like this. Lady Rendy said, A Lady said, "Lady Rendy, CB still has women that love him." And then Lady Rendy replies, "A Lady, I know. I have them in my family. Will pile on the hate of Meg and Jada, but will defend Chris because they like his music." Extremely frustrating. And that's an important point to bring up. It's like, I know music's a powerful drug and it's a power, it's empowering and all that kind of stuff, but it doesn't mean the person is. There's been a lot of artists that have been complete monsters. Ike Turner comes to mind. There's a lot of Ike Turners out there, and Chris Brown was taking lessons from Ike. I can tell you that right now. So, with that said, let's keep it going.
Other people, all of that. So, if anything happens to me, then that information will come out, and I trust God. I'm out here setting up scholarships and doing right by people. God ain't gonna let nobody do no dumb stuff here. So, love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
For this video's comment question, is it wrong for people to accuse Tyler despite Christian not specifically naming anyone yet?
I think quite honestly, I think we should wait. We should wait. I think quite honestly, he's got to hurry up and tell somebody. I mean, if you're going to say something like this and then make all these eluding facts on who it is, you can't leave. I mean, to the public. If he did this in private, I want who would know and who would care. But he did this in public. He went on social media and told everybody this. So if he did that, you would think that he would hurry up and get this over with. He can't leave. I don't think it's respectful for anybody involved for him to leave people hanging. I mean, he knows he put his ducks in a row. I could understand him waiting until he got his ducks in a row, but it seems like to me, right from this point on, that I mean, I expected to know exactly it was who it was today. If he had never told us, I wouldn't care. But he's the one who came out. A lady says, Joe Jackson beat the heck out of his kids. MJ loved his mother. She endured. Yep. But didn't protect the kids. Exactly. Welcome to the stage, New Diamond. How you doing tonight?
I'm okay. It's gloomy in LA, but the dust
Is
is
it?
still thick. hmm
Did you say gloomy?
I said it, yeah, it's been gloomy all day. Yeah.
Sure. Oh, okay. Well, hey, how warm was it? Was it like let me guess,
Well, I
65?
didn't really, it, yeah, it's about maybe 60, per se.
Okay.
It's very gloomy, but it gets colder at night. The thing about LA weather is it can go through 4 seasons in one day, or two, 2 to 4 seasons in one day. So you gotta be prepared. It may be cold in the morning and hot in the evening, or hot in the evening and cold. You just
You know
never
one
know.
thing about LA though. You know one thing about LA. It never rains in Southern California.
Yeah,
Okay.
it rarely does, but when it does, it feels good. You get the fresh air, so that's because all the Kardashians are using up all the water, you know. The governor, no, it was a while back when the governor, well, yeah, the government, whatever, of California put out a thing to the Kardashians and a few other named celebrities to stop using, because they, using a whole lot of water, extra water, because they throw a lot of parties and stuff like that. They're rich. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
they were telling them to stop doing that, or they're gonna get a big, huge fine. And hi there, a lady. I saw your comment. Hello. And so, but California is also just a lot of people, as you know, well, how many? I think 1 million or so people have left California, but it's still a lot of people here despite the rent. But it's becoming very gothic. I call it third world, especially downtown. Speaking of Becky, I was at a gas station downtown LA the other day, and a Becky was in the store with her suitcases. And I said, "Oh," I said, "You traveling, visiting?" She says, "No, I just moved here from Miami, and it's a little bit scary down here." And I didn't laugh at her face, but I can laugh about it now. I was like, yeah, because it is. Downtown LA is really turning into just Skid Row extended,
Man.
and they're just everywhere. And I know because when I go downtown, I have to fight off the dust fleas myself, and then you
Mhm.
got the mental walk, you got the mental walking around. There was an Olympian, I forgot her name, black woman Olympian, that was leaving a conference downtown LA, and this dust bucket takes a shattered glass or piece of broken glass in his hands and runs up to her and stabs her in the eye. And
What?
it took another white guy to get him off of her.
Damn.
And and she had bookings and all kind of stuff. And this was just a random freaking attack from a bomb off the street. I mean, it could have been anyone bomb or not, but it happened to be one of those bombs. You know what I'm saying, and everything. And this is what I'm talking about. Like here's a woman now. She gotta heal. She gotta put off gigs. As Simply Said says, I love this content creator named Simply Said. They bring death, drama, and trauma. You know what I'm saying? The financial implications. Too much dust in the nation. Okay, okay, and that's a fact because now she got an extra bill to pay, medical
Yep.
bill,
Yep.
and losing money traveling from her gigs, and she had a big thing coming up that same week.
Oh
So
man.
yeah,
Okay.
and that was a black lady Olympian. So oh, somebody said, I remember when she was attacked. Yeah, yeah, So that's why when I'm out and about, I'm always aware. People be walking around. People are so absent-minded about what's going on around them. And they walk around on their phones. They got earphones in their ear. I've literally just let people run into me. They be on
Uh-huh.
their phone because I'm tall. So I let people run into me on their phones and they go, oh, because LA people are already not friendly as it is. You know what I'm saying? And I just
Right.
start laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like, pay attention, and I was talking to this Chinese, Asian, whatever woman. I was downtown and I was telling her how dangerous it was in the fashion district of LA, especially when it gets towards the evening because they can come out the cracks. And she was like, "Oh, really? I didn't know it was that dangerous around here." And
Mhm.
I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, where are I just don't understand. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been understand just naive. I don't know, but I've always been that way. I've always been, I'm aware of world issues. I'm aware of, I guess, because I'm aware of black femicide, domestic violence, and what dust buckets are doing. I'm just like, but the news is here. We have technology. How are y'all so absent-minded to be so uh, uncareful? That you're just walking around, just act like we're in heaven somewhere. You know.
Right. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So, I mean, I just went to an event, a holiday party. I think I mentioned it yesterday. I went to one and I don't know if I did mention it or not, but I had some things stolen. And that was around black people. I was invited to the black thing. So you know what I'm saying? So if I can't trust people who you think you can trust, you know what I'm saying? Strangers, I'm definitely not gonna be. And then just knowing what is out here in Los Angeles and the world in general, walking around, they're everywhere. They are sleeping at the businesses at night and they're leaving their feces at the businesses, even in Long Beach. Long Beach was once a place that, was a place where it was less. But now, because the train last stop is in Long Beach, well, one of the trains that goes from certain point to Long Beach, it's the last stop of the night. So all the decay of society, take the train all the way to Long Beach and get off at the last stop at 2 a.m. And where they gonna go? Into people's neighborhoods, homes, by the businesses. They're trashing it and leaving their feces everywhere. And they're complaining
Hmm.
about it, but the city, yeah, that's what we got going on here.
Got it. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Let's evaluate this dating contestant. Here we go. This is from Kendra G. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Here we go.
Hello.
What's going on? What's going on? How you doing?
Hey, you've been here before, I think.
Yes, I've been here before and we met before in
Okay,
Utah.
yes. I met you All-Star Weekend.
Yes, you did.
So let's just start from the top because I remember if you are watching, how do I say? I want to get it right. He is a trans man.
Mm-hmm.
Is
What?
that how I say it?
Yes.
Yes. He's a trans man, was born a woman. And I remember the first time, I can't even remember when you told me within the questions. And still, I actually met him in person and didn't realize it in person either. Like, would not know. So are you here
Right.
for the update?
No, I wanted to talk. I wanted to talk a little bit about something. So I'm here with. I don't have no update. Because I feel like when I got on the show, it was January of 2023 when it first came up. Yes, it was like thousands and thousands of people who reached out, but I think it was more of the fact that people felt as though they were surprised. Like if you go back to the video that me and you did, you were really shocked for like 7 minutes straight. You couldn't really ask me the real questions that you wanted to ask me. And on top of that, like because of what I was doing in my career, it affected me like really bad. Like I lost a lot of stuff, opportunities and stuff along the way, like that was going on in my career. Like I'm not in Utah no more. Like it
Well,
was
let
a
me
lot.
say this. You called
Yeah.
me. I called no one.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So no, what I'm saying is like I'm not upset because I'm glad that I was able to come out. I'm glad that I was able to be transparent. But I felt like maybe I should talk more and get real questions asked about like who I am, because I think people were more so following me from the perspective of, okay, this isn't.
I don't get why does everybody why I don't know what it is about Kendra where people bear their soul to her. If I went on her show to get a date, I'm going on there to get a date. I'm not going on there for
because
therapy.
because a lot of us are traumatized in our, you know, collective community and race. And so when you have a chance, I guess, to be heard, and you'll feel it. I've been in public spaces and people felt my energy and just started talking to me, and I'm okay with that because I don't mind that. So they'll be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll be like, I don't even." They say, "I don't know why I'm even talking to you." I said, "No, it's fine. The spirit sent you my way." You know what I'm saying? But I think that's what it is. That just so much is inside, and usually it's hard for black people. First of all, black people are not especially black men aren't good about even being able to express themselves or go to therapy, you know, at all because you feel like you get mocked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we do use that black people because I know I have. Especially black men, because it's just, but I pay them no mind, but they use it in a negative way. Oh, you just need therapy. Go get therapy. They say it like it's a weapon or some kind
Right.
of yeah.
Intriguing. You know what I'm saying? Like I had never seen nothing before like this, or is it going to be something outrageous on his page, or is he lying about something? You get what I'm saying? That was more so a lot of the followers, a lot of the people that I did get to try to get to know. They didn't fit the category. It's like 67-year-old women. Like, come on now. I'm 27 years old. All right. I'll take care of you, baby. Like, no. I
So
can't.
let me ask this. I mean, you get 2 times on the show. Do you want to use your second time right now?
Yeah, I use my second time
Okay.
right now.
So I'm going to say this. I don't mind asking you the questions. I can't recall the whole interview, but I do know. I still remember how in disbelief. I mean, you literally. There's one other person, but you beat this person. That if you did not tell me, I would not have known. So I do think you have to, whether or not I know you want something real, and I respect that. But when you come on a platform like this and people are like, I mean, no one would ever expect that you were born a woman.
Right. So that's not the issue. What I'm saying is a lot of the followers, I don't think it was for love. Like it was a few people that were interested in me. Like let's just say it was 4,500 people that follow me, 4,500 women, right? I had over 1,300 messages. Most of them was talking about, my kids transition. I want some advice, and I don't mind that. I don't mind talking about that, or maybe trying to understand what it's like being like who I am. But I don't think when I would get to know people, they would say, I really didn't even hear what she asked you. I really didn't hear the questions. I was just really stuck on the fact that you was a trans man. You get what I'm saying? So they didn't really hear the requirements that I asked for. If
Well,
that
let's
makes
do
sense.
it. Okay, fair enough. So,
Yeah.
Alan, correct?
Yes, Alan.
Alan, where you live now, babe?
I'm in Mobile right now, taking care of my grandma, but I'm in Atlanta. I'm staying in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
How old-
Lady Rendy breaks it down like this. Kendra actually engages with the people who call in. She doesn't judge as harshly as others would. That makes people comfortable with her. I agree.
How old are you?
27.
27. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a tech CEO.
A
I haven't started.
tech CEO. Do you have any kids?
No kids.
No kids. And what's your zodiac sign?
Gemini.
Gemini. So we got Alan, Atlanta, 27, Gemini, tech CEO, no kids, trans man, and that'll be I'll say it throughout, but either way. What kind of woman are you looking for, honey?
Yeah, so I'm looking for someone who I feel like I'm spiritually aligned with. I'm Christ conscious, so I go specifically to Michael Beckwith. If you're familiar with Michael Beckwith out of California, like Christ consciousness. And I want someone who is spiritually aligned with me, someone who is also an entrepreneur or has sales or entrepreneurial mindset, alpha type of personality. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
My deal breakers is like, I understand this may be intriguing, but please don't ask me about my genitalia on the first conversation and first date. Um, I don't even know if I want to be with you. Please don't talk to me about sex on the first date. I've been celibate for a very long time, so I may not even have sex with you. Please don't talk to me about, how am I going to have kids and X, Y, and Z? Are you going to be able to afford that on the first date? Trust and believe me, if I want to have kids with you, I'm going to take care of my responsibility. But I don't even know if I want to have kids with you. Get to know me as a person, and I'll get to know you as a person, because just because you're a woman and you may be attractive don't mean that I want to be with you. Like I have to, like I have a type too. I have standards too. So don't just feel because I'm giving you an opportunity that you can just do whatever you want to do, or we can just move fast. Like you got to treat me like a human being. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care. Like I'm probably not gonna have sex with you. You know, it's probably not.
I think what I like about what he's saying, or yeah, he's saying is that regardless of the humans, that he's really, if people in general, regardless of how they were set up, thought like this, relationships would be a lot more successful. But unfortunately, that's not the case.
Mm-mm.
Most
And
men,
he's trans man, which means that he, is gonna have. I mean, trans men can be kind of a holish too especially if they get too much testosterone in them, but they still got a sense of sensitivity versus what we call a cis man or a heterosexual man.
right?
So
Not ever. But what I'm saying is like in person and online, like I get my fair share of.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that he's been celibate for a while, right? And that he wants to get to know somebody. That's just not what regular men. They don't have that kind of. They don't have that kind of makeup.
exactly. Exactly. It's two different conversations with a heterosexual, heteronorm accent to a trans masculine or trans man. It's two different kind of conversations. I'm not saying that they're not. Uh, I'm not saying that they're perfect. I'm just saying that they have a better sensitive spot than
Right.
yes.
Women who are attracted to me, that doesn't mean I'm not easy. Like just because you like me, I have a type and I have self-control. So if I sustain myself for over a year at this point, and I've dated, been close, slept with a woman without having sex with a woman. You have to bring more to the table than just sex for me to get to that place with you, right? So I don't want to talk about that. Like, let me bring that up to you. I feel like a lot of women that date me, they want to get into it. Okay, what is it gonna be like? Okay, what is it like? Okay, do you use this? Do you use that? Okay, you know, and I get it. It's something to be curious about, but it's annoying to me because I'm on the receiving end and I deal with that all of the time. So it's like I'm just looking at you, not saying that you are, you know, promiscuous, but that's the way I'm automatically, I'm just putting you in that category, whether that's right or wrong. If we're talking about that too quick, you know.
You know what? I respect your point of view because, you know, I sit at a seat where I hear the same questions over and over again. So I get it how you could be irritated by that always being asked and being wanting to know. And you have the right? So it's not really something to negotiate. I think I do understand the question though, because I mean that's an immediate deal breaker or not. If you know, if you want to be sexually active, you would need to know that, like, let's say you want to have children and you know that you want to have children. On the first date, I think it's appropriate to ask, like, do you want kids one day? And if someone said no, then that's fair to say we're not going to date anymore because that's something I really want, right? So for women, I think that because most women, see, I get women who probably wouldn't necessarily really consider dating a trans man, right? But because you sincerely look like a man, I can see a woman being open-minded. Like, well, let me see. I'm gonna be open-minded because from my eyes, he looks like a man. So
Yeah, strangely enough, you think about it, if he still embodies the empathy of a woman, it has the features of a man, that would be quite an attractive combination. This, I'm thinking out the box with this, but that would be, I mean, if that's almost like you can almost say the bandit part of the man is taken out because he's really truly as masculine as he speaks and as masculine as he looks, it's clear he still has what you would call feminine empathy. That's what I would call it.
Yeah,
He wants to be,
sensitivity.
yeah, sensitivity. He's not, he may not even realize it, but he doesn't think like a man. I mean, he doesn't think like a man. He behaves like he thinks like a man, especially, you know, in our community. So this is a very intriguing and interesting conversation.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
understand
Well, that's keep going.
curiosity of wanting to know the genitalia. I also respect you not wanting to share. So I
Well,
understand both sides.
so I think for me, okay, so you're correct. You're correct with your assumption, with everything that, not assumption, but everything that you said, right? So, but the thing is, if you know, let's just say I say no, right? I don't have a dick, you know, I don't have that, and you know, you're still gonna be okay. I guess that's my thing. You still gonna
But
be
what
like,
if she would be okay? Maybe that's a deciding factor
but
for her.
listen, this made my life for 10 years. And I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm not trying to be egotistical or anything, but I just haven't heard it. If I've told them I'm a trans male and we get to that point to have a conversation where you ask, okay, I got a little question, you know, do you got a dick? Da, da, da. And I say, no. Okay. That's every hundreds. I mean, it's over and over and over again. So it's like, but then that leads to a question, a sexual question, you know, and it's like, I don't want to necessarily, whether you want to know, I gotta tell you yes or no. But from that point, if you know that you still want to get to know me as a person, let's get there. I don't know if that makes sense to you. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. I totally understand your position.
I have never in all of my time had someone make it all the way to that point. Like, you got my number and everything, right? And they say, when I tell them no, they say, you know what, I don't think I can do this. Not women.
Well, let me ask
I
you
don't
this.
know.
That,
I don't know
that
what trans women deal with.
Why do those relationships not work, you think?
Because, like I said, I feel fetishized sometimes.
You said weapon?
Fetishized. I seen like a lot of people talk about. I do feel sometimes fetishized, and I also have had my own insecurities because of how long it takes to break through certain situations. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell you that's being honest and taking accountability. One, sometimes I feel fetishized, and when I feel like it's a fetish, I don't go after it. Two is sometimes because of the type of women I go after, like sometimes that I like last person I was kind of like trying to date, it's so many barriers because I do go to church, I do those things, so I date women that tend to do those things, believe it or not. And I've been in situations where it's like so many walls to break down. Like you've accepted.
Damn. Okay. Well, what do you think so far? I mean, is he?
Okay. I wanted to speak on the fetish. I've been saying that in the chat. So, and he finally said it. Is that he didn't want to be fetishized because a lot of times with people, whether it's a trans woman or a trans man, you know, once you tell them, you know, your identification to explain to them further, I guess you can say, you have those individuals that you become a fetish and you make, oh my God, people say, oh, some will say something like, I'm trying to speak from my own experience. Some will say, oh, I've never done it before. I've always been curious. You know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
then you become an experiment, and that's what he said. He don't want to be as an experiment to someone. Get to know him. And I know it sounds weird because you would say, well, that is kind of part of him, but that's really focused on body part and not the soul, not the
Right.
mind, the will, and the emotion. You see what I'm saying? Get to
Yeah.
know the soul of a person, not the body of a person, but the soul of a person, and then decide upon their character. And that's why I said people don't want to do that no more. People don't want to get to know your soul anymore. They want to go straight to sex. And because cisgender, heterosexual, uh, black men especially, are so sex focused with women, women are used to that. So they don't
Right.
understand how someone can say, a man can say, oh, like you were saying. So he has to deal with, and it could be in vice versa, the same way with trans women. You know what I'm saying? You become an instant fetish and not a human being. And that's what
Right.
he's trying to portray or say.
Me, but then it's like you're dealing with your own, I guess, religious stuff and like childhood stuff, and maybe you're Greek, and I've dealt with so much. So then I'm like behind the closet. It's like they don't want nobody else to have me, but then they don't want to kind of put me on the forefront. And then so I've been in situations where I've had to play a lot of games. Like I've had to like, I like you, I love you, baby. Like I really want to be with you, but I can't let you play on my top like that. So I'm gonna show you that I can be with somebody else. I can talk to other people, right? But am I really happy and am I really fulfilled? No, because I'd rather be with a person that I feel aligned, that I want to go out. Just like certain women want to be with men at this, and certain men want to have a trophy. Like I want to be able to say, like, that's my girl. You know what I'm saying? And I've been in situations where I've been behind closed doors, like, and I've put myself in situations like that.
Gotcha. Okay. Understandable. So let's keep going. What are your deal breakers?
My deal breakers is I can't accept that no more. Right? I can't accept being put behind closed doors. I'm not about to do no situationship for a very long time. You know, I'm not doing that for a very long time. You either know what you want to do with me or you don't. Like I can't put myself through that no more. I want to be married. I want to settle down, and I know that I can. I feel like all my homeboys and everybody, they always say, "You a daddy, you a husband," like type person. But I just haven't met that person, right? But I want that. So I can't be behind closed doors. I can't deal with trying to figure out what's going on in your mind.
Let me go on to one more thing. Well, actually, I think that's it. I got to handle something soon. Wait. That's it.
So what's that interview was longer than
I
the
did not
regular.
think you were gonna pick me,
Hello?
yo. For real, this is really coincidental.
Let's see if we can see a contrast.
Okay, well, you
I
put the
am.
request to be here. Are you single?
I've been
Okay, is
watching
your
you
first
for.
time here?
I don't see what it is why these guys can't put on a shirt on national TV, but okay.
A couple years. Damn. But it's my first time talking to you.
Okay. It's your first time talking to me. Okay. All right,
What
Mike,
was
where are you
that?
calling us from?
I am in
Where are you
Winter
calling
Rogers,
us
Georgia.
from?
37.
How old are you, Mike?
I'm active duty
37. What
Air
you do for a
Force,
living?
military.
Active duty
Mhm.
military. I'm trying to see if we have a lag. Someone said we did. Hopefully we don't. So we got Mike, Georgia, 37, active duty military.
No.
Do you have any kids? No kids.
Cancer.
What's your zodiac sign? All right, so Mike, we have a lag. Just wait 7
All right.
seconds before you answer my questions. So we got Mike, no kids, Georgia, 37, cancer, active duty, military. What kind of woman you looking for? Wait 7 seconds.
Hey, lady. Meth have a hard time keeping clothes on. Welcome, Bridget.
Beautiful. It sounds stereotypical, but definitely beautiful. That's a big thing for me. Good personality, down to earth, intelligent, and ambitious, and has some kind of career.
Okay. What are your deal breakers? Wait 7 seconds.
Deal breakers, attitude, no job, over or 2 kids or more. No, 2 kids.
So she
one
got
kid,
2
one
kids.
kid.
She got 1 kid. Is you not no pushback? Just curious for the education. What's
Okay,
the theory
so
behind that?
I'm not trying to brag or nothing like that. So, well, definitely, 1 kid is cool. I feel like, just depending on the circumstance, I could accept 2 kids, possibly max. But for instance, I just bought a house, and I got 1 bedroom that's like ready for if I did meet a woman who had a kid. So I got at least 1 room that could facilitate a child or whatever. So I'm cool with 1 kid, but I think 1 max.
I love we have this dialogue because I think these are the things that men that with character or who are considering a family, they think about. And I try to tell women this sometimes. It's not that, listen, my mom had 2 kids before she had me. So it's definitely possible. You get a man child. But the type of man, right? So I appreciate you explaining your theory behind it. Now, you have no kids? Do you want your own kids one day? Wait 7 seconds.
Yes, I would like my own kids. 1, at least 1.
Okay. At least 1. Okay. You already mentioned she has to be attractive. Does she have to look any other way? Are you?
I am open to all ethnicities if they're obviously gorgeous, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of have my preference is African American women. So, yeah. I wanted to give you a quick compliment, Kendra.
Stay away.
I was just thinking, I'm like, man, if I were to
Stay the hell away. Okay. There's a reason why he prefers African American women, and it is not a good reason. That's for sure. Okay, for real. And even the way he said it, I just felt a bunch of evil sparks just come through my spirit. You know what I'm saying? For real. I just want y'all to know that I prefer African American women. This is a dust bucket that ain't got nowhere to go. I mean, I'm looking at, you know me, you know what I'm about to say, DJ. I'm looking at his walls. I see his walls. He is by that wall and and he said he got a little, I got a house. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if I trust that. I really don't know if I trust that. And if he does, it must be a tiny house or something, whatever.
Right.
But no,
Either that
I
or
don't trust that.
he just moved in and he didn't put everything up on the walls yet. Because
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. He surely can't afford clothes, obviously. So uh-uh.
chance to talk to Kendra, I wanted to give you a compliment. I can hear like your logic. Sometimes I feel like you're being slightly passive aggressive in a way, but maybe it's just to kind of like not to aggravate, the women, because I know you're trying to give the logic and game to women to kind of understand our point. But I definitely appreciate how you're speaking to them and trying to enlighten them without turning them completely off and not wanting to receive your message. You know what I'm saying?
I receive that. I think, like I was saying before this, my greater good really is to enlighten and to help people find their somebody. I think this is God's plan and mission for me. And the thing that I've learned the most in sitting here almost 4 years of doing this show is that a lot of people are just kind of clueless on the foundation of what they want. They say they want something substance, but you have to pass all the unrealistic expectations first. Or I kind of like one thing that you said, and I was gonna say this in the beginning, that you to me, men are so simple. Like I hear it all day. Men want a beautiful woman, they want a loyal woman. If they want a family, they kind of want you to have no kids so they can start their family. And let's go. Like literally, let's go. You could be beautiful.
But Kendra seems to be ignoring the fact that they want a loyal woman, but they don't want to be loyal. That's the problem.
I know. She's just, oh God, yeah, you know what I'm saying, for real. I should pop up on her show and actually just read her ass. You know what I'm saying? She's such an annoying mammy to me. I mean, Cynthia G used to read her all the time, but we didn't care about her. We already know where she's at, but we studied the pathology of the men that come on her show. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And because that's what it's about. Because these mammies are gonna be mammies. Like she said, talking about God sent her there. God sent you there to. Well, if that's the case, it wasn't what you think that God is sending you there for. Because you there thinking that you making some magic happen, and in a good way, and it's not. Because you got
Right.
more dust buckets that come on your show than you do quality men that come on your show. And then they have this long list of, oh, I want this, I want that, I want them to be this, I want them to be that, and he's sitting living in a closet. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
living in a closet. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, oh, I want them to be loyal. No, he don't even look loyal. He
No.
doesn't even look like a loyal. He look like he would screw the first thing that would give him an opportunity. And he ain't got nothing. I be telling ladies all the time. It's sad that it's this way, but it's this way. If a black man, the average black man or less, they all less, okay? The less than average man walk up to you talking about you are his preference, you might want to start running real fast, really fast, okay? 'Cause he's looking for 2 cots and a biscuit. No, I don't think so. So, but anyway.
You could be loyal. I want some kids. We can start a family together. Those are the main commonality of the characteristics from men that most women describe that they tell me they desire. So, but either way, I appreciate the compliment and hopefully, but I will say this. I want to just say this though. Although we talk a lot about the women who need to get it, there are men who need to get it too. We spend a lot of time on my delusional women, but I got delusional men who feel as though they deserve things that they don't deserve as well too, or not willing to do the things that type of woman desires. So one thing I want to ask you, Mike, we can't see your face. Or do you want to be a provider 100%?
I can be. I am kind of. uh,
Wait.
The reason I asked is this: you are not willing to do the things that type of woman desires. So one thing I want to ask you, Mike, we can't see your face. Or do you want to be a provider 100%?
I can be. I am kind of.
That means no. That means no.
See, said they can't fool me. I don't care what they do, what they say. I listen. Let me tell you something. I already knew he was a dust bucket. I called it. We all called it. We called it, and he just plain just said it. Boy,
Okay.
Because I mean, the reason I asked is this: you wanted a gorgeous woman. Most gorgeous women get
You're 100%
providers.
right. That is definitely something that I got to realize. And there was, I think, a couple years ago, I was dating a civilian chick, and then I was talking to my homie, and I'm like, man, I've kind of been out of touch because I've been in a military community, and obviously there's a lot of men and women, especially women who are who have a job, and I kind of
wait
feel
a
like I've
minute,
been out of touch
DJ.
with
What? He said he want a civilian chick. What is that?
Right.
I'm like, I never heard nobody say that before. A civilian? Is he not a civilian? What
That
is
is
he saying?
crazy. Man.
beautiful women who are not in the military and who may be more dependent on men who are providing and bringing things, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then also too, I'm not saying this is not true, but sometimes gorgeous women might not always be there for hard times. You want gorgeous and someone who's with you if things go haywire. Not saying that. No, I'm not saying every pretty girl's like that, but I'm just saying that is something that I hear too. But let's keep going. Does she have to make a certain amount of money? No, you don't care about that. Let's do the Kendrick again, Mike.
Put on no damn shorts. Hold on, I just came back from the gym.
Yeah,
We didn't know that.
Why is he moving around so much? Damn.
He just said he gotta put on some shorts. So what does he have on there?
Okay.
I was
Hold on, I'm
wondering if
looking
they
up
had
the
no
shorts.
clothes on. We
So
didn't
I
know what
didn't
was
really
going on.
expect this, but I'm kind of happy about it though.
How you
I
expect
did,
Mike
but I
and
was
he
like,
puts the
I've
request
been
to
on
be
here
there?
like 3, 4, or 5 times. I'm like, man, she ain't
Hey,
never picked me
lady.
anyway. So hold on a second. All right, damn. Y'all don't tell me, man. It's like, hold on. All right.
We got okay.
God.
We can see.
Oh, yeah, what
Oh,
you
you
talking
trying to show
about?
your
Yeah, you
body,
said-
Mike? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure pull your shirt up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. We see you, Mike. So, Mike, now what is your age range? You're 37.
25, 27 to 45.
Wait, how old is he?
So you want to go? So you go 10 years younger.
Definitely.
You would go older.
I go a bit.
Okay.
Okay, so he must be
27. He
37.
has to be in Georgia. No. When was your last?
I just got out of a
relationship?
relationship. I just stopped talking to this lady who I was with in Korea. When?
Yep, here we go.
Yes.
A couple of days ago.
Wow, he really wants to heal quickly.
I promise. First of all, she was in Korea. But second of all, you know, it's there's some interesting circumstances between her and I, so it's better off that we
She
go ahead
took
and this ain't the first time that we kind of like been in a situation we've had conversations about whether it would actually work, but you know, I think the conversation we just had pretty much just it's done. It's definitely done at this point for sure.
He cheated on her.
she took everything. She took everything. The chain. She took everything from him. Going back to what I said the reason why he wants a black woman. Because they all, like Jonathan Major, run to a black woman when they've been drained or manipulated or hurt or abused by their Beckys, you know, or by the chain lane, the preppers, whoever, you know what I'm saying? You know, I knew it. And he said it right here just a few days ago. Oh, yes, absolutely. I knew it.
And that's another reason why it's interesting why you accepted this call, because I ain't gonna lie, previously that when I actually requested, I was kind of in a situation. I'm like, man, if she accepts me, I'm like, I'm gonna be like probably getting caught up. But no, I'm
So
completely.
so basically it sounds like he on the show before? Wait, let me listen to what he just said.
It's definitely done at this point for sure. And that's another reason why it's interesting why you accepted this call, because I ain't gonna lie, previously that when I actually requested, I was kind of in a situation. I'm like, man, if she accepts me, I'm like, I'm gonna be like, it's interesting why you accepted this call,
What?
because I ain't gonna lie, previously that when I actually requested, I was kind of in a situation. I'm like, man, if
He cheated on her. That's how he
So, oh my God, I swear. The, the,
because
the jokes, they write themselves.
yeah.
if she accepts me, I'm like, I'm gonna be like probably getting caught up. But no, I'm completely good, and she might even damn be checking in on this damn conversation, but it don't even.
Oh, Lord.
Oh shit.
Well, you just left a two.
Okay, so anyway, it's a possibility.
Yeah. Because he said, "Oh yeah, when I called in before, why would you call in if you had a woman, right?"
Thank you. He was in a situationship.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they say. I've heard it. Oh God, I've heard this. None of this is new to me. I have heard this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's just 2 days ago. Oh, it was her. Oh, she did this. Oh, she did that. You know, for real. Oh my goodness. I swear. And God put her here for this, according to
Mhm.
her.
Right.
She could be looking at this live, but I'm telling you, I'm 100% free. She's 100% free, and you know, if I meet somebody tonight, like
He's just fine. There would be no reason for him to even say this if he didn't make it clear before. Obviously, he's making it clear. Instead of doing it in person, he's doing it on national TV or whatever you want to call this. Interesting.
I'm perfectly good.
He's lying.
Okay. And someone did catch up on it too, that you said you have been trying to request, but you had a whole person. So you don't
Yeah.
have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone? Wait 7 seconds.
When I was with her in Korea, that was a month ago.
He's lying. He's lying.
Oh my God.
He's
Oh
lying. So,
God.
so he's basically, this is the gut feeling I get. He didn't break this off clean with this other person. He probably just told the other person that he wanted some space or that he was flying back to the States for a minute, right? And now there's something about the way his eyes are looking that are buckling that's telling me that he's not telling the truth.
Yeah, and he's giggling too much.
Yeah.
And when a ninja is giggling like that, you know, well, well, you
Laugh, yeah.
know, he's lying. Yeah.
Yep.
And what are 3 flaws you have to work on? Wait 7 seconds.
3 flaws, I would say. I mean, just working on myself. Working on myself and I mean, I know some folks might have looked at my profile already. I'm a pretty ambitious guy, so there's a lot of things. There's some things I need to do to boost my personal financial.
If you're ambitious, you know exactly what you're trying to do. You're going to do. Notice how he's been very vague on what he wants to do. Like if you want to be a rock star, it's like, oh, I want to be a rock star. Or if I want to be a CEO, oh, I want to be a CEO. If I want to be, uh, a famous podcaster, people say it because they are passionate about that, and that's how you express, this.
I mean, I know some folks might have looked at my profile already. I'm a pretty ambitious guy, so there's a lot of things.
He's showing no ambition, really. He's if you have ambition, you have a plan.
There's some things I need to do to boost my personal financial wealth or whatever position, and
He has no clue. He's looking all over the place. He has no clue what he's talking about. Otherwise, he would be telling us exactly, what path he's going on.
Lord, he's lost his two left shoes, so he's lost.
I'm actually 17 years in the military, so I'm about to retire in about 3 years. So I would say, that I would say some more personal things I need to work on. Being more patient, and
It's not a good
hopefully
sign.
I can stop being so picky. So I can go ahead and settle down.
What does he mean by being more patient? Because usually a lot of people that are impatient also have a bad temper.
Yep.
And why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
She wouldn't.
Yo, Instagram just knocked us out.
Wasn't mine?
No, it was Instagram. My whole phone.
That was God.
Instagram. So I gotta go to YouTube. I do want to end you well. I think your
Somebody
question
said-
will be in my archive, so that'll be fine. Why would a woman be lucky to be with you, Mike?
Because I'm a pretty dope, really ambitious, very ambitious.
I'm dope.
I'm pretty down to earth. Let's see. I'm a family guy, kind of guy, and very affectionate.
He's
I
not a
just think I'm
family guy. That was a fake. That was a lie. Family guy. He doesn't move like a family guy. He doesn't.
Hey, they got some fake bios.
I swear.
I'm a pretty. I think once a lady gets to know me, like personally.
Stop moving, Mike. Why are you walking around the whole house?
I know.
I don't know. My nerve.
Why is he walking around the whole house? Let me go back to this one.
That's meth.
This comment right here. Let me put up aliens. That's what it is,
And he's sweating a little bit too.
Yeah.
My nervous conversation.
Okay.
Moving.
So again, talk about why would a woman. You said what was the last thing you're gonna say?
I said when people actually get to know me, they really like.
I thought for a minute he was gonna say they regret it.
I'm gonna say they run. If they're smart, they'll run. Shoot, I mean,
yeah.
Whew. But he'll get somebody. Like we always know, there's gonna be some dumb, low self-esteem mammy or Becky, one of the two, somebody, because he has a body. And see, I was forewarned about that with LA when I first moved here. A friend of mine that was living where I was at told me, because she's from LA originally. She said, "Girl, it's a lot of fine ass men in LA, but they be broke as a joke. And if they're not broke, they go on to Becky. So that's your choices." And I thought, well, overall, I kind of know that. That's kind of like everywhere. But no, she's right when I say they be fine, but they don't have a dime. Fine, but don't have a dime. Okay, and so that's what he is. He looks, he's not ugly. You know what I'm saying? But he look like he ain't got a dime, and he definitely ain't. He just said it though. I got before. I mean, I said it first before you played it. But I could tell, and now he's saying it. He's saying he basically he broke, ain't got no money.
Right.
He said he was a provider, kinda. How are you kind of a provider.
Right. Exactly.
They really, really like you.
Yeah.
Okay, and there you have it. Once you get to know him, you really like him. So this is Mike, 37, cancer, active duty military, no kids, Georgia. All right. Keep me posted how it goes, Mike. Oh, give them how they can reach out to you.
Mike the Celeb, MikeTheCeleb on all platforms.
Mike the Celeb. All right, Mike, will you keep me yes.
Is it possible that I can have a conversation with you offline? Nothing like crazy.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God.
Well, he just said he's looking for something tonight. Well, that night, you know.
Mhm.
He said that. He said, and I listen to everything. I always say, when listen to what men say. The men, most men are just dumb. Okay, you know, for real. They tell on themselves. Listen to every word and take every word he says literally. Okay,
Right.
so he says, I'm looking for something tonight.
Right.
Okay, tonight.
Exactly.
You know.
No.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking not one bit. Like, let me show you. Look, I got this crazy tattoo.
I understand.
Look, this is serious business networking, like for real.
I know. I still have to say no, but I will say this. If life ever happens and we meet in person, I'll be willing to hear what the networking opportunity is. I say no, and I'm not trying to be rude. I get that a lot, and I just try to keep it focused on this lane in life.
Gotcha.
But if our paths ever meet in person, I wouldn't mind hearing the networking opportunity you're talking about.
All right, this is definitely well, I ain't gonna say that, but you definitely want to be a part of this conversation, especially since you just said you're launching the app on your own as well. So anyway, I'm gonna try to get a hold of you, and when you do hear from me again, please give me a few moments to speak to you.
Oh my God. So that's what he was on here for. It's kind of like it's funny how all these guys are on here trying to peddle their whatever it is. Last time we had what was his name? Mr. Let Himself Go, trying to peddle this stuff. Anyway, I guess this is a perfect time for me to end the live. I got something I got to get to. Thanks for everybody for coming through. We will see you on the next one. Here we go. All right, shout out to Mark Babin, Ian Lee, Stu Diamond, Bridget Mouton, Ellen Ripley,
I'm addicted to the good life.
T, Lady Rindy,
The way I follow, no need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all, to the edge of it all.
Yeah, Strange Show.
So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one, yeah. Susceptible now, before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now, before the moment flies.
Everybody.
It's not a problem, cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me, cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow, no need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Susceptible now.